After a group has been transferred to one of these Forums.group forums, you're going to end up with a very long list of messages. Here, for example, we have Minutus YahooGroup's archive, and it has 938 pages of messages. Now that is a lot, and this is just one page which you're seeing here, so that is a hell of a lot of messages. Now the point of forums is that you can have various topics. So instead of having one long list, you can have a wide range of sections for the various different topics or themes or categories in your group. So here we have the categories set up for this group, quite a wide range. So instead of having one long list, you have the messages separated into these various topics to make it more well sorted, so that if you're interested in, for example, in history, then you could click here and then see all the topics which are related to historical events, for example. So that makes a lot of sense. Here we have, for example, a few issues related to cases, and here we can see various cases. Here's a case for husband's heartburn, and here it makes sense that topics related to cases are then under the cases category, as opposed to on one long unsorted list, as you know from Yahoo groups. But after a group has been transformed into the forum process, of course, they're not automatically sorted. That is something which has to be done manually, because there's no way you can automatically sort each topic into their separate topics. And we're going to demonstrate how this can be done. Now, we can set up a special moderator group for people doing this job. This test account, which I'm using here, is set up with a special moderator rights. And what happens here is that when you press on the MCP button, you then have the moderator control panel. That's what MCP means, moderator control panel, which means you can now see the topics again and then decide, for example, let's have a look at the Kawasaki disease topic. So let's do a click on your mouse, a middle click on the mouse, and it will open up the topic in question, and then you can read it. It's actually a short post, and here we can see it has something to do with cases. So it would make sense to move this topic into the cases section. So what we just do here is we click on this topic. Now I could click on several topics at the same time, anything which is related to cases, but in this example we're just going to move this one post. So I've now marked it as a topic to be moved. Then I go down to the bottom and then I select the desired action. I can either merge it with another topic, I can move it to another category, I can copy it to another category, or I can resync if things are out of sync. So we want to move it. So I'm clicking on move and clicking submit. Now we're going to choose where we're going to move it. In this case, we're going to move it to cases. So I select cases. I can leave a shadow topic in place if I want to, which means that in the old place there's a note saying this topic has been moved to cases. But in this case, there's no point. It would just clutter up the old section. So we're not going to do it in this case. Then you have the message, are you sure you want to move the topic into a new forum? In this case, yes. And I click on yes. And the section has been moved successfully. So let's check that. It's now no longer listed here. And if we go back to the home page and then go to cases, you can see that this topic has now been successfully moved to there. That's basically all there is. So it is not a difficult job to do. And what I suggest is that people who want to volunteer to move the topics can do so. And I suggest each person chooses a section things are going into. For example, you could have someone looking for cases and move those. Another person could then, for example, be looking for agriculture and animals posts, etc. And that way you're not going to get in each other's way. So you just basically move the topics you find related to the topic you've chosen to move. And that way, if you get several people doing this job, it will take not too long to move all the topics into suitable locations. Once that job is done, then you will have a load of nice messages here, all nicely sorted into their categories, so that in future, if you want to look for cases, you don't have to look down this one long list of 900 pages. You look under cases if you're interested in cases, or if you're looking at events, you look at events, etc. That is the whole point of doing this job. So that's it. I hope you've understood this brief video and how to do the job. Thank you.